What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of 3 Wide with Tom Ludermoser. So today I want to do a video that goes into the my playlist for the top 5 of NASCAR history. And if you've not watched one yet, you haven't gotten the summary yet, what these videos are my opinion. That's all they are. They're opinions, obviously. There's no fact that this race is better or that finish was better or that moment was better. Obviously, they're just opinions. And so the first 5 are going to be my opinions on the best of each topic, as well as a fan vote on each topic. So we're going to do 5 of my favorite wins in the NASCAR Cup Xfinity truck. It doesn't matter. As well as 5 of your guys' the fan vote. So I've got a pretty big list of fan vote races here, and I've tallied them up, and the winner might shock you. Over the second place, I almost guarantee it'll shock you. So here we go. Here are my 5 favorite NASCAR wins. Number 5, Jeff Gordon's win at Indianapolis. When 79 stock car races have been run at Indianapolis, you will remember the name Jeff Gordon, winner of the inaugural Brickyard 400. Fantastic race to watch. I was only 2 years old when this happened. Most of you guys probably watching this are nowhere near old enough to have even been born at that time. Maybe you have older brothers and sisters that might not even have been born. But it was a great race to watch. That was back when people actually wanted to go to Indy, when it was a fun race. When if you did want to go to Indy and you wanted to get some tickets, good luck. But it was an iconic race. Jeff Gordon just got his first career win. At Charlotte. This was kind of the, hey guys, I'm here and I'm here to stay kind of moment, in my opinion, for Jeff Gordon. Number 4. This one might not have been on any of your guys' radars, but to me, this was huge. It was a fun race to watch. And that was A.J. Allmendinger beating out arguably one of the best road course racers that has ever been in NASCAR, Marcus Ambrose, for the win at Watkins Glen. Now, that was a fun race. When he crossed that start-finish line, his hand and his arm was just pumping so hard. I'm surprised he didn't complain about dislocating his shoulder. He went into turn 1 at the end there and just burned that thing down. That was a great race to watch. I love road course racing. I know a lot of the older people, older NASCAR fans kind of don't like it. It's not NASCAR. And I know a lot of the younger people might not like it. They like seeing the big super speedway races with the restrictor plate races with the wrecks. I love road course racing. I love watching it. I love playing it. And when I do get the opportunity to do it, I'll do it. Number 3. This one means a lot to me. I'm a huge fan of his. With so much drama and unfortunate crap that happened in his last couple of years in the Cup Series, Tony Stewart's 2016 Sonoma win. The win that got him to win number 49, where he body slammed. He body slammed after being bumped and wheel hopping and losing the lead up about halfway through the last lap. Tony Stewart bumped Denny Hamlin into the wall, messing up both of their cars, might I add, and got second place for Denny, regardless of being bumped to the wall. But he ended up winning that race. It was just a very, very cool thing. I didn't get to watch it. I was actually at a Tigers game with my daughter's mom and a whole bunch of coworkers. I didn't get service, so I couldn't really listen to the race. I couldn't watch the race on the phone because so many people there. It just ruined it. But when we got done, we got in the car. I turned it on. I had NASCAR XM on the radio. I hit the power button, car fired up, and the first thing I hear is, for the 49th time in his career. I'm doing math in my head, just like instantly. I'm like, who's at 40? Who's at 48? Who's at 48? Who's at 48? It was Tony Stewart with a fan. I'm like, oh, dude, that made me so happy. That was great to see him get one more win. Definitely cool to see him get one more win. Number 2, Jeff Gordon's win at Martinsville in 2015. I know this was on my most emotional wins list, but this was just a huge moment as a Jeff Gordon fan and as a NASCAR fan in general. When a driver on their last season goes out and gets a win, whether it be 5 or 1, it's a great thing to see them go out. Even if they don't win the championship, it's a great thing to see them go out at the top of their game. Personally, this was one of my favorite wins to watch. Obviously, we all know what happened with Matt Kenseth and Joey Logano that led to him getting the win, because he wasn't going to pass Logano. I'm sorry, Jeff. I love you, man. One of the best race car drivers in the world ever, but you weren't catching Joey. Sorry. But anyways, so Kenseth Kenseth trashed Joey Logano into the corner, into turn 1. With just a handful of laps left, Jeff Gordon took the lead, inherited the lead. Great battle with Jamie McMurray. I thought McMurray may have had that if his car was a little quicker, but Jeff had that inside line, so he kind of ran away with it, and I wasn't complaining. I wasn't at all complaining. He got out of that car at the end, and you heard him going across the stripe, the radio, "We're going to Homestead!" It was great to hear. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. The last one, and this one was also on my most emotional moments, but it was just such a great thing to watch. I was 7 or 8 years old. And I didn't truly understand it still, but I was getting there. Watched the race, and with lessons learned from his father to go from 6th to 1st, Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the first time back to Daytona after his father died. It was a touching moment. I can't remember the announcer, but you just hear, "Yes!" It was cool. It was fun. And now that I'm older and old enough to understand, it's a heart-filling moment. I mean, it brings a tear to your eye. It really does. I'm an emotional guy. I don't cry over sports. I don't get teary-eyed over sports. I don't throw temper tantrums when my team loses or my driver loses. But I can admit, being 28 years old, watching that race and watching that finish, and to see Mikey and Junior together in the infield celebrating, embracing each other on top of the car, it was just a heart-filled moment, and it was something that NASCAR needed. For Harvick to get the win in Atlanta, in essentially a rebadged 3-car, it was just really cool to see DEI and the NASCAR world and RCR get back together, just all together. Junior getting that win, Park getting the win earlier in the season, Mikey getting the 500, obviously. I mean, and then Harvick to get the win at Atlanta. That was my favorite. That was my favorite win. By far of all time was Junior winning at Daytona in 2001. All right, so before I go on to your guys' list, I just want to say thanks to everybody that did vote. I want to keep doing this. I want your guys' opinions. I think this is fun. I think it's kind of cool comparing what you guys think to what I think. So let's go with it. 1, 2, 3. I've got 15, 20 races here. I mean, this is really cool to see. Really cool to see this. So, let's see. Number 5, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 2014 Daytona 500. You guys voted for this. This had 3 votes without getting a tiebreaker at the end. This one had 3 votes. The Daytona 500 win for Dale Jr. Seeing him in the National Guard car, I'm a huge supporter of our military, so to see him in the National Guard car, see him go out there and get that done in the 88. Obviously, he's one of the best to ever run a restricted place track. I honestly think he's better than his dad. I really do. And I don't mean that as in his dad got cut short and couldn't continue. I mean, pound for pound, I guarantee you, at the peaks of their career, Junior could beat Senior. I bet you he could. And I'm not a Junior fanboy. I, in fact, am really annoyed with the Junior Nation people who think he was the greatest ever. I don't think he was. I think he's a great driver. He has all the respect in the world. But still, I do agree that was really cool to see. But I do think he would have beaten his dad. Let's just say it was that race. I still think he would have beaten his dad. Number 4. Keeping it in the same year, 2014, when Dale Jr. beat out Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart at Martinsville to win his first and only grandfather clock. Really cool to see. Really emotional for a lot of drivers who got to see him win that finally. A lot of fans who finally got to see him win it. It was just really cool. Again, this is with 3 votes. That one got the tiebreaker. Which, in my opinion, I like that race better than the 500. I didn't do the tiebreakers, by the way. You guys vote the tiebreakers. But that was pretty cool. Number 3. You already heard this one. This is Jeff Gordon's win at Martinsville. Again, another 3 votes. But you guys, by just 1 vote, beat this one over Martinsville. And 2 votes beat it over Daytona. Jeff Gordon's win at Martinsville in 2015. I can agree with that. But anyways, go to number 2. Actually, before I go to number 2, I'm going to give you a couple honorable mentions. A couple races that I thought were pretty cool on here that I kind of forgot about. 2009, Mark Martin's win at Michigan. That was pretty cool. That was a cool one. One that I'm actually surprised was on this list with as many votes as it got, and that was just barely beat out by literally a last-second vote, and that was Bowman's win at Chicagoland, Chase Elliott's 2018 Watkins Glen win, as well as his 2019 Roval win, the Ricky Craven 2003 win at Darlington, where he, have you ever? No, I've never. And the Daytona Nationwide 2010 win for Dale Jr. when he drove that number 3 blue and yellow Chevrolet to win there. That was a very cool one too. So anyways, to number 2, and the reason I didn't wait till number 1 is because I wanted to give you guys a little something to think about. If I skip 2 to do the honorable mentions, these 2 have got to be pretty big. Number 2, don't get mad at me. These was your guys' votes. The 1998 Daytona 500. After 20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration, Dale Earnhardt wins his first and sadly only Daytona 500. He won that race under a yellow checkered flag, cautioned checkered. He was not given that race. He wasn't gifted that race. They didn't do that crap back then. It kind of sickens me to see that they do it every now and then now. But back then, that was all him. He had that lead when that caution came out. And they didn't do the green-white checkers like we do now. But that was really cool to see. That was I was alive for that one too. I was only 6. I remember my stepdad always told me that I jumped up and down and was cheering for it, even though I was a Gordon fan at the time. So either way, that was cool. He celebrated by doing what he got mad at his truck driver for doing a little bit before then. He did burnout in the grass. He went and did a burnout in the grass. He celebrated, and he earned that one. Whether he was mad at his driver or not, he earned that one. Let's be honest with ourselves. And then, last but not least, like I said, this one kind of surprised me. I knew it was going to be on this list. I didn't know where on the list it was going to be. But you guys beat this one out on the tiebreaker by 1 point. Just one. Jimmie Johnson's 2016 Homestead win. Again, in a race he had no business winning, where the best drivers at the time, the best cars, did not win this race. You had Carl Edwards and Joey Logano. Edwards, who, if that didn't get that caution, was going to win his championship. Logano, who probably had a little better car, just didn't have the track position to catch Edwards at the time. But they wrecked each other on a restart. No hard feelings for Edwards. Probably one of the best sportsmanship moments I've ever seen in my life. Okay, it's not probably. It is the number one most sportsman-like thing I have ever seen. When he walked from his car in turn one, all the way back down the front stretch, down pit road, climbed Joey Logano's pit box, shook their hands, and said, "Go win it." Logano's car was not trashed. It was damaged, but it wasn't trashed. So then you got to see the restart. Larson had it. I thought he did have that race. I thought that was going to be a big win for Larson. Unfortunately for him, he didn't end up getting that. But Jimmie Johnson pulled that off. He drove the crap out of that car. He earned that race. He definitely did. That was a car that shouldn't have won, and he made it win because, well, he's Jimmie Johnson. Let's just be honest. He's Jimmie Johnson. So he did go on. He did win that race, and in turn, he won his 7th championship. And arguably, that may be his last championship. Going into this year, I don't see it. But nonetheless, don't get mad at me for saying that. Anyways, so thanks you guys for watching. Some pretty cool race wins on that list. A lot more, as I told you, a lot more than I read off. Some that I thought were pretty damn good. So I give you guys all the credit in the world on those choices. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for participating and voting. You guys can follow me on my Instagram at Ludemoser_motorsports, which is my diecast page, or you can follow me at 3wide_racing, or 3wide_racing talk on Instagram as well. And let me know what you think. Get a chance to vote. Follow me at Ludemoser Motorsports on Facebook. That one, there is no underscore. I do share on there quite often. So go ahead and keep on that. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your day.